Pollution is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. Pollutants can be natural, such as volcanic ash, which is released from volcanic eruptions, or dust from the desert. They can also be created by human activity, such as waste or liquid drained away from factories. Pollutants damage the quality of air, water, and land. Air pollution is caused by fumes from factories and vehicles. Long-term exposure can lead to asthma attacks, lung cancer, and various other diseases and respiratory problems. It also causes global warming, climate change, and acid rain. Land pollution is caused by the ineffective disposal of waste. When chemicals enter the earth, this can poison wildlife, make farming less efficient, and it can also result in contaminated food. Water pollution is caused by dumping waste into the sea. This can destroy marine life. On the 20th of April 2010, one of the worst environmental disasters in world history occurred when the BP Deepwater Horizon oil rig released over 750 million litres of crude oil into the Gulf of Mexico. This killed thousands of birds and marine animals and continued to have a devastating impact for many years afterwards. In an open letter about the need for all humans to care for the world, Pope Francis called on everyone to act to protect the environment. In a letter to his bishops titled On the Care of Our Common Home, he set out the need to tackle challenges of pollution, climate change, and poverty. This letter describes how the earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense pile of filth. It stresses the importance of tackling pollution and waste, and not just throwing things away when they could be recycled. Pope Francis said human life is grounded in our relationship with God and our neighbours and the created world. He urged families, the media, schools and churches to help encourage a change in behaviour, and he spoke of St. Francis of Assisi as a role model for a more passionate concern for the protection of our world. He encouraged the transition from using fossil fuels to clean renewable energy. Clean renewable energy comes from natural sources or processes that are constantly replenished, for example sunlight or wind. Today, we use the sun's rays for solar energy to heat homes and businesses, to warm water or power devices. We can get electricity from wind energy as the wind turns turbines' blades, which feeds an electric generator and produces electricity. Christians believe the world is on loan to humans who've been given the responsibility to look after it by God. The Christian statement in the Assisi Declaration on Nature states, "Every human act of irresponsibility towards creatures is an abomination." This means it's disgraceful not to take responsibility for maintaining the world and caring for every living thing within it. In Psalm 24 verse 1, it says, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." This means as the earth belongs to God, humans must respect it and hand it back to God unspoiled. In Matthew 25, the parable of the talents warns that when God returns, he'll judge how responsible people have been. Polluting the planet abuses God's creation and also harms people, which isn't loving or good stewardship. Christians help to rectify issues caused by raising awareness of the issues through campaigning. They may aim to reduce their carbon footprint by taking public transport or cycling or walking to travel around instead, and generally attempt to live a more sustainable life. Sustainability refers to not using up the world's natural resources, such as gas, oil, and coal. It's important that these things are used sparingly without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Charities like Christian Aid encourage more people to be global citizens and create a more environmentally sustainable world. Christian Aid has worked to develop what they call Sustainable Development Goals, which are aimed at protecting the planet. These goals include using affordable and clean energy, making cities and communities sustainable, and climate action. Out of respect for God's creation, Christians believe they must act to help protect the natural world from pollution.